Hey, what's up, guys? How we doing? Welcome to the show. Cowboy Crunk here, coming to you live from Kabul, Afghanistan. I know it's been a few days. I know I hadn't been alive this week, really. I've been kind of under the weather. I've been kind of weathering a storm, if you want to say. Maybe that's a good way to put it. Uh, let me give you guys a few minutes to jump in, get some things going here. Got get the chat box going. All right, guys, just checking. There we go. I wanted to go over really pretty much checking out the offense this week. As you guys know, it's been a tough week for us, and excuse me, a tough week for myself. Had a good friend of mine pass away this week. Really close friend, as you guys can see. Is the audio doing okay, guys? Please let me know. Um, yeah, thanks, Buddy Johnson. He was a good guy, man. If you guys can see, matter of fact, let me fix the camera here. I think I zoomed in a little bit too much. Um, yeah, there we go. Uh, Sorry, guys. Yeah, I got some pictures. Got some pictures there going back. Hey, what's up, Hawk? What's up, Buddy Johnson? Appreciate you guys jumping in. I apologize. I'm trying to get rolling again, man. It really tough to lose such a special friend. Uh, and there was one thing that I can say we couldn't discuss was football. Um, that guy was a diehard Texans fan, but more than anything, he hated the Dallas Cowboys, man. Oh my God, that guy hated Jerry Jones, but we were the best of friends. We just didn't talk about football together much because that's just the way it was. But I want to move on, guys. I want to. If you guys can see in the background, I got pictures of the draft. If you guys were there, you guys will remember him. If you guys met him, you would never forget him. A great guy, Kenny Ballard was. I'll try to note some of the pictures as I see them pop up. There's Miss Jackie. If you guys have never met Miss Jackie, there's Miss Jackie. That's Heidi. Hey, that's DMV right there. That's DMV. Here we are chilling. That's myself. That's Kenny Ballard. Heidi, there's Mark Holmes in the back. Miss Jackie again. I'll go over the pictures real quick so you guys, some of the people you guys maybe have never met. This is Mark Holmes. We're doing the wing challenge here. There's my Super Bowl trophy. Everybody having a couple beers. Chill out, man. We got this same picture coming up a lot. Sorry, guys. I threw this together real quick. That's my homeboy Kenny. This dude spent hours and hours and hours cooking. There he is again. There's his wife. He spent hours cooking so that the Cowboy guys can hang out and have a good time. And we're going to do the same thing in Nashville, guys. If you guys show up in Nashville for the draft, we're going to have a good time, man. The volume is low. It should be good to go, guys. Microphone is on. Let me check some things real quick. I might have a problem with the microphone here. Microphone should be good. Let me know. Let me know if that fixed it. Can you hear me, Hawk? Uh, this is a group picture. Man, we met so many people. That's myself, Kenny, his wife, Mark Holmes, doing the wings challenge. With doing the wing challenge and stuff like that. So we had a good time at the draft, guys, and I'll get over to the Cowboys here in just a minute. If you guys, what's up? Hey, what's up, Bobby? How you doing, brother? Welcome in from California. Um, Man, yeah, the mic's like right here, bro. I promise. I might have to find my adapter. I have an adapter for the microphone. It might not be working properly, so let me check that real quick. Give me 1 second. Yeah, let me try to find that adapter real quick, guys. Here's more here, there. I had that fucking thing. Shit, where the hell did I put it? We still sounding far away? Let me know. Yeah, I appreciate it, WV Country Boy. It's been a rough week, man. That dude was really, really special to me. We spent 2 or 3 nights. We spent 2 or 3 nights a week together, hanging out. His wife and my wife got along good, and so it was really tough, guys. I do want to go over the offense. I'm trying to think. I think I'm missing this adapter, and I could have swore I had that adapter hooked up, and it's not there. Let me take a look. One more quick minute, guys. Sorry. What could it be? Cable's here. Cable's there. Cable's fucking everywhere. There's a fuckload of money. Shit. Here. No. Okay. Sorry, guys. Can't find the adapter. I'll just talk louder for now. Maybe I can. I actually can probably move the microphone in a little closer. But we had a good time at the draft, guys. For now, I'll move on. I want to go over our offense and the things going on with Dak Prescott, with the coaching staff, with everything there. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, guys. I thought it was working fine. The microphone, test. Is this working? Test, 1, 2, test, 1, 2. I guess, and I don't have the headphone hookup. I'm working on it, man. I'll get my shit together, guys. Hey, what's up, Cowboys family? But I wanted to go over my notes. I do have some notes here that I was going over for the Dak Prescott situation. As you guys know, a lot of people are pointing fingers at Dak Prescott, and man, it's tough. You got as you guys know, Dak Prescott did a good job in 2016. There can't have been that many changes in Dak Prescott's ability since 2016. This doesn't completely, just all fall on Dak Prescott. It's just not possible. There's no way Dak Prescott goes 13-3, and has a fall off this bad, and it doesn't. There's not other contributing factors. You guys know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. I think the lack of having a predominant, a alpha receiver type situation, he doesn't have, and I know as well Jason Witten wasn't an elite tight end anymore, but the guy knew how to get open. He knew how to sit down in his own. He knew how to lose a man in man-to-man coverage, and he knew how to get open. He wasn't the quickest guy in the world, but he knew how to play linebackers and get in position to catch the ball. And Dak took advantage of that. He took advantage of Dez Bryant, and I know a lot of people said Dez Bryant had fallen off, but those are two big weapons, and we have nothing similar to that right now. Yeah, and right, Bobby, exactly. He had excellent hands. Dez Bryant's hands had kind of fallen off, but part of that, really, guys, seriously, part of that was due to Dak Prescott's inability to be accurate at times, and we see that now. The pass to Gallup wasn't perfect. When you have these short passes, these 8 yard, 7 yard passes, and the ball's coming quick because the defense is there. You really have to put that ball spot on. And if that ball is not spot on, it's going to be tough to make an adjustment and make a catch. That's just the way that's it's physics. If the ball's coming to you at 40 miles an hour and it's 8 yards away, 10 yards away, you're looking at a tough catch unless it hits you right in the face mask. So there's a lot of issues with the situation with Dak and the discussion with he's fallen off and he's regressed and I do think that's possible, but I don't think a large part of it falls on Dak. A large part of it falls on the line has regressed, our offense has regressed, the play calling I think is the most part of it, and he doesn't have a go-to. You got. I wanted to go over real quick our seasons from 2014 to to include 2014, 2015, 2016, and 2017. And I want to list the win-loss record on our quarterbacks. I want to list the win-loss record on our quarterbacks. In 2014, which was the actual season where we really started playing well, DeMarco Murray led the league in running. Tony Romo went 12-3, and Brandon Whedon went 0-1. And that was the season that we went 12-4 with Tony Romo. That was when the team really cranked it up a notch, and we had our first good year. Pretty much we had our line that we have now, and things started rolling. Tony Romo 12-4. He was healthy that season, and everything went fine. As you guys know, the following year is when Tony Romo started the first 4 games. He went 3-1, and after his injury, and this all relates. All of this stuff relates to. All of this stuff relates to Tony Romo having a good season, and Dak Prescott having good seasons, and none of these other guys worked out. Matt Kessel, Kellen Moore, Brandon Whedon. Over multiple years, we had Brandon Whedon. We had Kellen Moore, who's never won a game for the Cowboys. Do you guys know Kellen Moore has never won a game for the Cowboys, and they have him as, hey, what's up, Eric Hagan? How you doing, brother? Welcome back. Sorry I've been gone. It's been a pretty rough week for me. I do want to give a shout out to Mark Holmes again for the draft. First of all, second of all for showing a good time there at the draft. We had a good time, myself and Kenny, and he gave a shout out earlier this week to you guys, and I had a lot of people contact me and say, hang in there and rest in peace, Kenny, and a lot of things like that. So I really appreciate. Now I got a dead battery coming up, but I did want to say thanks for all that, guys. I really appreciate it. But what I'm not understanding is how Tony Romo. As you guys know, Tony Romo had some rough seasons as well. Tony Romo had some 8-8 seasons back to back to back, and then he had some amazing seasons. And a lot of this doesn't fall just on Tony Romo, or a lot of this doesn't just fall on Dak Prescott. There's other contributing factors. If Tony Romo and Dak Prescott were the only determining factors in our record, Tony Romo should put us up to 12-4 every year. But there's a lot of factors, guys. This is a team sport, and when Tony Romo has a bad year, it's because there's things missing. There's other things missing from the team, than just Tony Romo having a bad season or Dak Prescott having a bad season. As you guys can see, Whedon, Brandon Whedon never won a game for the Cowboys. Kellen Moore never won a game for the Cowboys. And all these years, 2014, 2012, or excuse me, 14, 15, and 16, there's other things going on, guys. So that's what we need to look at. I think Dak, if Dak took us to 13-3 once, he can do it again. The thing is, Dak is a quarterback that needs a little more help than your high profile elite quarterback. He does have to have the right things in place. Now, you can do one of two things. You can go out and spend $130 million and get you an Aaron Rodgers, if you can find one. And you can't find them at Walmart. You can't find them on the street corner. You can't find them at Toys R Us. And a lot of times you can't find them in the first round, in the first pick of the draft. There's been a lot of first round picks, first picks, top 10 picks that were busts at quarterback. So, we've got a quarterback that got us to 13-3 once. What we need to do is try to get the rest of the team back to where it was. And Dak can get us there. Now, you guys know I've been really, really, really aggressively kind of the last few days, I guess, downgrading Dak or talking about his inaccuracy and stuff like that. But I'm only saying that because he's not a quarterback that's going to win you games by himself. He's really safe. I mean, even at this point, he only has two. Hey, what's up, Dwayne? How you doing, guys? I want to say, just hit the chat box real quick. Armando, how you doing? I really appreciate you guys coming back into the chat box on the chat line. I'm doing good. I'm surviving. I'm getting better. But the thing with Dak Prescott, even this year he hasn't played well. He still only has 2 interceptions. If you look at that, right now he's projected at this time to have about 10 interceptions for the year. That's not overwhelming. That's not too many. So if he ends up with 10 interceptions, now he's also projected right now to have about 10 touchdowns. Now that's pretty horrible. We've got to change that. But he's still being safe with the ball. He's still not being overly aggressive. He's still taking care of the rock. He did have the fumble in Seattle, which caused us, but the defense is keeping us in games. If we can get the other parts of the team back to where it was in 2016, Dak is capable of getting us to 13-3. I mean, he did it once. He can do it again. So that's my take on Dak. Not sure what you guys are thinking. I know a lot of people are really riding Dak hard right now. What do you think about tomorrow's game? Tomorrow's game is going to tell us a lot, man. We have to win, and I'm still watching Seattle. I'm still hoping Seattle loses. They play the Cardinals, so I'm not expecting a lot. The Seattle should win that game, but if we can win and they can lose, I'm still watching this Earl Thomas thing. And the reason I'm still watching this Earl Thomas thing, guys, is I think we can save this season if we can get our offense rolling. Our defense is fine, but the addition of Earl Thomas would guarantee it would have saved 2 of the touchdowns we had earlier this year. 2 of the touchdowns we had earlier this year, one Jeff Heath gave up. He was looking in the backfield. Receiver ran, that was the Giants game. Ingram ran right past Jeff Heath and scored a touchdown on us in the Giants game. We did win that game, but that's still a touchdown scored on us that could possibly, the same thing could happen later in the season where that would not have happened if Earl Thomas was on the field. Also, you guys know Earl Thomas is leading the league in interceptions. We, at this time, that's one of our weaknesses. We are not getting the turnovers. And hey, what's up, Almighty Bones? How you doing, bro? And Dwayne, nice to see you, bro. Hey, Luca Brazzi in the house. Joe Lucas, how you doing, guys? Appreciate seeing you guys. I really thank you guys for jumping in. Uh, is Bryce Butler playing tomorrow? I am not sure, guys, and I apologize for not knowing some of these things. As some of you guys know, I had a good friend of mine pass away earlier this week, and I have been down and out. I haven't watched any videos. I haven't looked at any film. I haven't looked at any news. I did check on, Earl Thomas a few times. I checked on Des Bryant a few times because you guys know he's still trolling all the Cowboys. He's still hanging out with all the Cowboys. At this point, guys, I would love to see Des Bryant come back, and I think the reason I would like to see it happen is I think he would come back with a better attitude. I think he would leave Dak Prescott alone and not bothering in the huddle and not bothering when the defense was on the field. I don't think he would come to Dak and start yelling, hey man, I need the ball, and if you see single coverage, you need to. Thank you, Armando. Really, yeah, it was a tough week, man. That guy was a really, really amazing person. He was a Texans fan, and he hated the Cowboys, man. But no matter what jersey you had on, that guy was a good, honest person. Would treat you good. Would cook you dinner. Would mix you a drink. Would hang out with you and have a good time. But you want to talk about the Cowboys? He's gonna put you in your place. Uh, but still a good guy, man. My best friend, actually, we were almost together every day when I was home on vacation. So, but yeah, on this situation with the Cowboys, our defense is fine, but still, adding Earl Thomas is going to add turnovers. It's gonna stop. Like I said earlier in the year, Heath gave up a touchdown. So did Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods gave up the touchdown against Seattle. Lockett, Xavier Woods, same thing. I don't know if he was looking in the backfield or if he was looking at a receiver cutting across the middle. But Lockett, the corner, and I can't remember what corner was on that side at the time. I don't remember if it was Byron Jones or I'm pretty sure it was Chidobe Awuzie. He released the receiver Lockett. He released Lockett going down the right sideline, and Kayvon Frazier, excuse me, not Xavier Woods. Kayvon Frazier did not pick it up. He didn't see it. Lockett ran down the sidelines. They threw the ball to Lockett. They scored a touchdown on that. Lockett jogged into the end zone, if you guys recall. Kayvon Frazier did try to get over there, but he just was a little late. And those are the things, when your safeties do that's 7 points. And I've been real hot on Kayvon Frazier. I think he's going to be a great safety. I think he has a little to learn, but he's big, he's solid, he hits good, he stays pretty healthy, and I think he's going to be a solid Cowboy, even possibly one of those guys that's close to the Pro Bowl numbers one day. So we'll see. But at this point, there's not a lot we can do to increase our line play. There's not a lot we can do to increase our quarterback play unless we want to try Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush had an amazing 2017 preseason. As you guys know, he played outstanding in 2017 preseason. But he didn't look good. And isn't that odd that he didn't look good in this year's preseason, nor did Dak? Actually, Dak looked okay in preseason, but as soon as the season started, kind of fell off. So to me, it's really a little odd. Yeah, Butler, I agree. We need Butler to play well. We need a predominant receiver. We also need some play from our tight ends. And if we've given Jarwin a chance. We've given Swaim a chance. Swaim had 3 years to prove himself. He didn't prove himself. I don't know why we're hanging on to Swaim. If they don't give Rico Gathers an opportunity to help this offense out, I really don't understand the coaching process behind that. It makes no sense to me. There are plenty of plays where the Cowboys need some help on offense. You know, a 15, a 13, a 12 yard. There's been times on 3rd and 20, you know, hey, throw the damn ball down the field. At least try to get the first. This every time it's 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 12, and we throw these bubble screens. It just, I don't know. It takes me to a level of pissed off that I just haven't seen before, and that's complete play calling, because Dak will go right to that on his first check. I mean, it's not a check down. It's not like he looks for receivers. It's an obvious bubble screen. It's a bubble screen from the snap. It's not like he looks for, you know, a receiver or a tight end to get the 15 yards and it's not open, so he throws the screen. It's down set hut, 3-step drop back, throw to the screen, and we get 4 yards, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing the garbage plays, especially on 3rd down. They can call what they want to on 1st and 2nd down. Whatever they want to call on 1st and 2nd down, the thing is, if we don't get the yards we need, and it's 3rd and 15 or 3rd and 12, don't do some bullshit play that's going to get us 3 or 4 yards. I mean, it makes no sense. Rico doesn't get the playbook. That's why. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand completely. But there's plenty of plays and opportunities where he could be used more like a receiving tight end. We do a lot of 2 tight end, double tight end formations, and in those double tight end formations, 95% of the time, the outside tight end, he's basically lined up like a receiver. So that's a completely different issue, and they're not using it. I know. I can explain to you the whole thing behind Rico Gathers. And when I talk about Rico Gathers, people say, "Oh my God, I didn't understand. It's so difficult to be tight end." Yeah, when on a normal play, especially on 1st and 2nd down. Now 3rd down usually is different depending on the yards that are needed and the play that's called. But on 1st and 2nd down, when a tight end lines up, he usually leaving the huddle, that tight end has a lot of times 2 to 3 decisions to make. When he gets to the line of scrimmage and he puts his hand in the dirt, he has to look up. If there's someone in front of him, he has option A. If there's someone not in front of him, but someone is blitzing, that's option B. If there's 2 people in front of him and one of them, I mean, there's a lot of options, and depending on the play, he may have to run a route, he may have to chip the tight end or the defensive end or the linebacker and then run his route. He may be scheduled to run a route or supposed to run a route, and he doesn't run that route because of the way the defense is set up. So the tight end has to know that offense, and he has to understand the defense that's in front of him. The tight end has to walk up to the line of scrimmage and decide, okay, I have these 3 options on this play, depending on what the defense is doing. It's not like he goes up there and he has to remember, okay, the name of this play is Jack Daniels 51. On Jack Daniels 51, I do a 5 and out. No. On Jack Daniels 51, if there's a linebacker in front of you, you do this. You do a 5 and out. If there's a defensive end in front of you, but you have a guard on your side that doesn't have anyone there in front of you, there's just so many options on tight end. I completely understand it. But Rico Gathers has got to pick those things up, and there's plenty of opportunities to use him in situations where it's a straight pass play, and the defense knows it's a pass play. It doesn't matter if Rico Gathers is on the field. It's the same thing with a receiver. You would use him more like a receiving tight end, and there's a lot of those in the NFL. There's a hell of a lot of them in the NFL that aren't that good at blocking, but get a lot of time on the field. The problem is Jason Garrett and Linehan are in this box, and they will not go outside of that box. Everything they do is inside that box. They're OCD. They have an OCD type offense. They will not change anything. They won't do anything different. It's like this, it's like that, and that's what they do. And it's going to end up killing our season if they don't try out Rico gathers. If they don't try to do some different options, different type plays on offense. If they don't try these RPOs, it doesn't matter what team we're playing. They didn't even trust the play, and we did get the ball in the end zone. So that's where I'm standing on my condolences. Oh, thank you, Tom. Yeah, dude, a special guy, man. I did want to say that. So, Bobby, how you doing, bro? Hell, Dak just throw the shit up, dude. Exactly right, Bobby. And this is one thing I want to say about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott doesn't have the accuracy to throw people open. And what I mean by throw people open, Chidobe Awuzie got beat twice this year on perfect throws. Chidobe Awuzie was in position. He had his chest against the defender's back. He had both hands up. He turned and reached for the ball. The ball came right off his fingertips and right into the receiver's arms both times. That's an accurate quarterback. Dak this year does not have that ability. And I don't know if he doesn't have that ability because he doesn't have the time or if he just does not have the accuracy. But he played it perfect. You cannot defend the perfect pass. And if you watched Thursday night's game, you saw a lot of that from Goff, and you saw actually almost just as much, if not more, from Cousins. Cousins had some amazing throws, man, where he would throw it over the cornerback in front of the safety, right into the receivers. They were playing a zone, and the receiver spotted up in the right spot. Cornerback was here, safety was here, ball went right. I mean, perfect throws, and that's really difficult. And Cousins had a lot of them, and so you have to compliment a guy when he plays that well, but Dak is not playing at that level right now at all. We've had it happen against us, and when you watch these other quarterbacks, you gotta say, why is Dak not capable of doing that? He took us to 13-3. He had a lot of good throws that year. Pat, I agree. True Pat 1980. What else did you say? Joe Lucas, I hope you sure secondary didn't look good last night. Stafford can't pass. But I'm kind of behind in this. Matt Stafford's a pass happy quarterback. Damn. Yeah. Hey, Matt Stafford likes to sling the ball, man, and that's what Dak has to get in him. He has to get that confidence back that he had in 2016. He played amazing. Where has that gone? You cannot have Dak Prescott play to that level and just disappear and fall off the earth. He still has that. There's things around him that are missing. The offense has changed. The play calling has changed. The offensive line that's the thing. The offensive line has regressed. It's just all the things around Dak have regressed. And it's really brought him down. Dak is not one of those quarterbacks that, the line play drops off and the running game drops off and our receivers drop off, but Dak can step up and play better. No. Dak has a level that he can reach. And that level is really it's really cut down when our line is cut down. He's just not one of those guys that can, make a million plays a game. Tony Romo was like that. Dak can get out of the pocket. Dak can scramble a little bit. Dak can run. Dak is healthy. He's going to stay healthy. He's not a quarterback that's going to get injured. He's a big, thick, solid guy. We have to play to his. We need to be scheduling the offense and conforming the offense to what he's good at, and they're not doing that right now. They're not using him in the run game. They're not using him, trying these planned and bootlegs and stuff like that. They need to get more of that going, and I don't see it. He looks nervous. Yeah, I agree. We need a new coach. Um, I definitely agree. Linehan needs to be replaced. Uh, I would prefer to have Linehan replaced, and let's keep the carrot for a little while. We can't replace the offensive coordinator and the coach at the same time. That's just too much of a change. We would really have nothing on offense if that happened. Uh, and I do think Kellen Moore needs to be gone. Linehan and Kellen Moore need to be gone first, and let Garrett finish the year, see what he can do. But Kellen Moore has never won a game. As far as I know, I don't think he's won a game in the NFL. Um, I think he's been with the Cowboys the whole time, and I was looking at he was 0-2 and 0-1. The only games he was 0-2 one year and 0-1 another year with the Cowboys. I don't think he played anywhere else. So, what's Joe saying? Why can't we hit Zeke on more passes? Like, yeah, dude, Kamara is a beast, man. That dude is quick. He's fast. He's strong. He's elusive. He doesn't ever really get hit hard. So I agree. I wish we got to get Zach more involved because he's our only threat. And this is the problem, guys. We have look. This is our exact problem. And I forgot to mention this earlier. We have no threat outside the box. You guys know what I mean by the box. The box. We have Dak and we have Zeke, and that's it. Outside that, our receivers and our tight ends, nothing outside that box is worth a shit. They don't get open. They drop the ball. Dak does miss them, and that creates a lack of a threat also. Dak's inaccuracy this year. So all they're doing, the defenses are concentrating on that box, keeping Dak pocket, keeping Zeke from breaking a long run, and the other guys, if they make a play here and there, they make a play here and there, but they're to get the ball down the field and score a touchdown, you need 2 or 3 big plays or decent sized plays. You have to get first downs. You can't have any penalties. If we get any penalties, I think only one time this year we've had a penalty and overcame it and still got the first down. That's ridiculous. Basically, that means if we get a penalty, we might as well punt. As soon as we get the penalty, we just might as well punt because I think it's twice actually. I was trying to find that and I was looking through the games, and there was one in Seattle and there was one in the New York game where we got a penalty and we actually still got the first down. And I mean, we got the first down by getting the yards, not by getting later getting a holding call against the defense, and they gave us the first down. We actually what's that? You mean bet? I lost something. Who's no man? Joe Lucas, fullback that wanted to, but Linehan doesn't know how to use our weapons creatively. No, he's garbage. I think Linehan definitely, and I don't think Kellen Moore is really doing anything spectacular anyways. So those are the two guys that I really think if they were gone, give the play calling to excuse me, Alawale, yeah, and we haven't even seen that guy on the field at all. If our tight ends aren't working out, put him at tight end. And again, that's the problem. Tight end is a very, very difficult position to play. Tight end and center are the two toughest positions to play on offense after you get outside the quarterback. Center orchestrates your blocking schemes. When you come up to the line, your center, as you guys see most of the time, defense is moving around and the center will stop and start pointing, and he'll look over at the guard, and he'll look over at this guard and point, and then you'll see the quarterback step up and start pointing as well, and the center really orchestrates. He's really like the orchestrator of how the blocking scheme is going to go, depending on how the defense lines up. Secondly, your tight end. Your tight end, if he does not block the proper guy, or if he thinks he's supposed to run a route, and he decides he's supposed to stay in and block, and he doesn't, and he runs that post pattern, or if he runs that 5 and out, or if he runs an 8-yard dig and he's supposed to block because the defense changes at the last second, then your tight end's going to get your quarterback hurt. So that's the big reason that I understand the way they're trying not to use Rico, but we have no pass threat at all. There's not a receiver on our team that anyone is scared of or intimidated by. So that's where we stand on the receiving core, to include the tight ends. There's just no threat, and all they're doing is loading the box, and they're going to make Dak throw the ball and beat us because there's no way we can run the ball. We did run the ball well against Seattle. A lot of those yards were off, 2-3 carries late in the game, which when they had gone to, kind of a prevent package, and we're just making sure that they kept our players in front of them and tackled well. Does Holloway wasted trade? Let's see. Yes, haven't used him, but special teams. If we had a coach yeah. Coaching, guys, really makes a difference, especially on your quarterback play, on your offense, the aggressiveness of your offense. As you guys saw, Jared Goff, the increase in play last year compared to his rookie year. We all thought we had the golden child. We thought Dak Prescott was, how did we get him in the 4th round? And you're looking at Goff and Wentz really weren't playing well their rookie years, and Dak was out playing them and playing much better than them. So things change, coaching staffs change, play calling changes, and as you guys have seen, a lot of quarterbacks go up and down in the league, and they'll have a good year and a bad year. There's very few quarterbacks that just have good, solid years every year. And those are your elite quarterbacks. Those are your, I hate to say your Aaron Rodgers, your Drew Breeses, your Tom Brady's, your Ben Roethlisberger's. Now, they'll have games here and there where they don't play so well, but relatively pull it off every year. They have a good season because they're elite. The other guys that are, Fitzpatrick is balling right now. The scheme fits him. The type team they have fits him, and he has the weapons around him. And his line is playing good. We've never seen, Fitzgerald has never played anything close to this. And that's why I'm saying we can take Dak Prescott, we can throw him in the garbage, and we can try to go get another quarterback. But it's really tough to find a quarterback, even in the 1st round, top 10 draft pick. A lot of those guys are busts. Dak Prescott, he got us to 13-3 once. I think he can do it again. I think the best thing to do is stick with Dak Prescott and change the things around him. I think they made some bad decisions on what they thought would work. I agree with getting rid of Dez, but I also agree with bringing him back. To me, it's kind of like, I think if you brought him back, he would be a different person. I think he realizes why we got rid of. Anybody got any comments on Dak Prescott? I sure hope they don't. Anyone who claps when they make penalties or turnovers. Yeah. Hey, what's up, X Factor? Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I was okay with them getting rid of Dez Bryant. I was 100% fine with that. But I'm also fine with them bringing him back. Tomorrow is a must win. 100% must win. But I think Dez has realized the team is young. He's a veteran, but he needs to use his veteran voice a little different than he did. Uh, you know, first of all, Jason Garrett is not the type to get aggressive and get in someone's face. And I said this before when I used to talk about why Dez is gone. Dez is gone because if you get more aggressive than your offensive coordinator and your head coach towards players saying, hey man, we got to do this and we need this and we need to throw the ball here and we need to get the ball down the field and the head coach is just standing over there doing this, dude, your quarterback's gonna look at you and go, hey man, the head coach ain't yelling at me, you don't need to yell at me. If that's not the atmosphere of the team, you can't do that. Now when you've got a head coach that's gonna get in your ass and yell at you, and that's the atmosphere and the temperament he's building, it's okay to have a receiver get a little fiery. But when the receiver's getting fiery and no one else on the team is getting fired up like that, it kind of sets the tone like you're being more aggressive than everyone else, and that's not your spot. That's not your position. So that's my thing on Dak, or excuse me, on Dez. I think Dez is smart enough to learn from that. I think if we bring him back, he would be a different person. He definitely would be our best receiver by far. If you think Dez Bryant would not be our best receiver right now, tomorrow, if you brought him in, I don't know. Lincoln saying tomorrow the game's the biggest decade. Yeah, yeah. Tomorrow is a tough game. I hope we win. We've got to win. It's a must win. If we don't, it's really probably downhill season because that means they're going to try to make a lot of changes. I would think. Being 1-3, we don't have a very good chance of going much further. So I put most of the blame on the coaching because we have seen Dak play well before. Exactly, Luca Brasi, Joe Lucas. I agree. Chat disconnected. Uh oh, I know what it is. It's the battery. Oh, it's not the battery.